Guys, welcome back to another vlog, and in today's video I'm going to talk about my VA experience, virtual assistant experience. Or before I was making full-time content, and even when I was starting to earn income dito sa YouTube, I was a VA or virtual assistant. So I'm going to share my experience with you guys because ang dami na sa inyong nagtatanong dun sa kabilang channel kung paano maging VA, ano yung ginagawa ko as a VA, and the things that I will share will only be limited to my experience, and hopefully meron kayong matutunan, especially for those na gustong maging VA. So for more than 5 years, I was a VA or virtual assistant. It paid the bills. It helped me get out of debt and got a little extra for, the things na masasabi nating #deserve. So I learned about the VA term sa mga friends ko who started earlier before me, and they would say, ano trabaho mo? And they would say, VA. Okay, what is that? And they would say, real estate, medical, or it's so vague. Like, well, I don't know. Ang hirap intindihin. So I'm here to help you with that. Even I myself, when I first heard the term, I wanted to be one, pero wala akong idea kung ano yung ginagawa. So actually, virtual assistant or VA is a very broad term for you're an assistant. And you could be doing a lot of jobs. Depende sa kung anong industry or field si boss mo or yung nag-hire sa'yo, si client mo, bale. The things that yung pinaka-importante, if you want to be a VA, okay, you need a computer, a reliable computer. It doesn't have to be new, but basta, it works. A stable internet connection, and you need to be reliable. It doesn't matter kung saan ka nakikiconnect, saan ka nagtatrabaho, but you just need to be reliable. And of course, set boundaries with your client. Like, sasabihin mo sa client, I'll be available on call between 8 to 5, your time. Pero after that, let's respect each other's time. So, ganun. You have to be reliable. So, most people that I know, because my husband was a team leader and he was hiring people, most of the things na ayaw niya sa mga naka-hire na VA are those who oversell themselves during the interview. But then later on, ang daming palusot. It's just annoying. Don't be like that. So you need to have equipment that's reliable, an internet connection that's reliable, and you need to be reliable as well. It doesn't matter saan ka nagtatrabaho, anong setup mo sa office mo. Kahit na napakaganda ng setup ng computer mo, kung tulog ka naman, then you're not effective. So those are the things that you need, yung basics. If you want to be a VA, where can you find these jobs? Well, for those na totally walang idea, you can start browsing sa Upwork, which was formerly odesk.com. Or for those na medyo may experience, like you have a call center background and you already know what customer service is about, and you need a little training, or a middle person or an agency to connect you with potential clients, you can start with My Outdesk. I'm sure there's a lot, pero nabanggit ko si My Outdesk because doon nagsimula si husband ko. It's good if you really have no one na magre-refer sa'yo sa isang potential client, because this middle person, the agencies like My Outdesk can help you or match you with the right client. Kung medyo experience ka na, meron ka ng connections, and you have friends who are also VA, and they have reputable, or they have clients na they can also be someone na you can keep in touch with para sabihin, oy friend, kung naghahanap si client mo or may kakilala si client mo, refer me. But if you want to go independent, do a little research. Make sure na yung client mo ay someone who's a real person, like may social media, license, yung talagang professional, the kind of people na may reputation, because these are the people na hindi magloloko. Dahil syempre, they also have an online reputation to protect. Anyway, so there are many forms of, VA jobs, but I can share something related to real estate because that is what I was doing. And doon ako exposed. I'm not gonna talk about my writing experience before because those were odd jobs na project. But yung talagang tumagal ako is pagiging VA for real estate sa real estate na field. Okay, so what were the things that I was doing? I was hired by a real estate agent. Ganito kasi yan. Sa US, meron kasi ang tinatawag na brokerage, real estate brokerage. It's a company that holds the licenses of real estate agents. Yung mga real estate agents under that brokerage, usually yun yung mga naghahanap ng VA. So yung client ko was a real estate agent of this particular brokerage. So, kung lumipat ng ibang brokerage si client, then doon din ako mapapadpad. Hindi na ako nag-VVA sa kanya because na-refer ko na si sister ko, and that's a long story. I'll tell you more about it later on. So, si client ko before was, yung mga transactions niya was usually listings, which means siya yung nagtutulong sa kanyang client para magbenta ng property, usually houses, residential properties. Pwede rin siyang maging buyer's agent, meaning meron siyang client na naghahanap ng property kasi gustong bumili. Or yung si client ko, he was also into property management. So mga rentals naman, nagpapa-rent sila, nagma-manage sila ng mga rental properties for, another set of clients. So what were the things that I did for that client? Okay, so si client, kung siya yung nagbebenta ng property, siya yung listing agent, I was managing his social media. I was making flyers, I was making social media posts ng mga for sale properties with all the details, the price, sino yung i-contact, which is my client, if ever someone is interested sa property na yan. I was also putting the details sa what you call MLS. Pakibasa na lang po na ilalagay ko dito. Because yung MLS na yan is where websites like Zillow and similar will also get the information para maging publicly available yung property that's on the market. So I was the one na naglalagay ng information niya ng listings niya para maging visible sa public when it's live. The reason kung bakit minamanage ko yung kanyang mga social media sa ganon, and then yung listing niya, so that it merong exposure yung property na binibenta niya. And whenever people see that property, they will see kung sino nagbebenta, they will reach out to my client, and yun. So, isa siya sa mga trabaho ko is to make sure that the listing goes out to its potential sellers, my exposure. So, I was managing social media, I was doing graphic design para sa social media, and I was encoding info of the listing of the property sa mga listing sites na yon. And eventually, I learned how to become like a secretary for that client. So, say for example, nakahanap siya ng client, kasi every time na nabibenta yung isang property, may mga multiple steps po kasi yan. And we'll talk about it in another video. But me, as a virtual assistant, I was the one monitoring the progress ng property. And then I have to be, dapat alert ako na pag tumawag si client, sasabihin sa akin na, oy, meron akong buyer, we're getting an offer, so update mo accept namin yung offer, so i-update mo na yung status ng listing. And then sasabihin niya, schedule inspection, yung mga stuff like that. So para ka talagang secretary. So you have to always pay attention sa instructions ni client. So bawal yung hindi ka attentive sa details, bawal yung tutulog-tulog ka, kasi you want to be effective sa job mo. You want to be reliable. And because it's a good job, seryosohin nyo, treat it as a real job, because I started at $3 per hour, and I was also earning bonus. So every time nakakabenta ng property si client ko, I was getting additional 25. I was working 4 hours muna for that client, and I was earning around 25 to 30, not including bonus sa client na yan, just 4 hours. And then it became tumaas ng tumaas because the client was happy na I was a reliable virtual assistant. So I started at $3, and tumaas siya $6, naging $6.50. Could have added another contract, but it's very tempting because of the pay, diba? Pero what's the point, or what's the use of doing so many jobs at once na hindi mo naman pala kayang gampanan effectively? So to be a successful VA, you need to be reliable, and at the same time, you also need to be efficient and effective sa job mo. So eventually, I became full-time sa client na yan. So imagine, nung naging $6 ako, times 8, times 5. Magal ako sa client na yan for more than 5 years. But syempre, eventually, I thought it's time na ipas ko yung trabaho sa sister ko. And I trained my sister, and even if I'm not working for that client, we still have good communication and good relationship dahil inalagaan ko. So that's my VA experience. Kung meron ako nakalimutan banggitin, let me know in the comment section and let's talk about it in another video. But I hope here matutunan nyo, you have an idea na on what the things I did when I was a VA. And of course, the rest of the things that you will need, like yung phone system, yung app, kung saan nagtatawagan, tsaka nagte-text kayo ni client, will be provided by the client as well. But you just need the basics. Equipment, internet connection, and ikaw to be reliable. So, that's that, guys. And one more thing before I let you go. The moment you start na meron ka ng regular, employment or contract as a VA, have a bank account, okay? And then have a DTI registration. Also, pay your taxes. Kung hindi mo alam kung paano, hire an accountant. It's not that expensive. Pero kasi eventually, kung gusto mong mag-apply ng car loan or credit card or bahay, it's gonna be a lot easier. So, that's it. And I'll see you on my next vlog. Bye-bye.